Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our Data Bites Live. Again, yes, we have taken a summer vacation. It was not entirely intentional, though I have to say it was a bit of a breather. So when I got COVID and it knocked everything sideways in July, like many of us got COVID in this last summer spike. I hope everybody is healthy and doing well, and that in your circles, and that you are doing well. And then there were lots of things going on in my family, like my sister-in-law and brother-in-law getting married, and just like so fantastically awesome, and lots of awesome family things, work projects, democracy things, like I had to serve on jury duty and all of those things. So all to say, it is wonderful to be back. Happy September. I know we're 9 days in. It's a little crazy. It's kind of overwhelming to think about, but time to restart our Monday live Data Bite sessions. So with that long preamble, so excited to be joining you again. Remember, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you can get these directly into your feed, directly to you every Monday and Friday that they drop. With that, I was thinking it could be fun to think about this sort of correlation versus causation, this question that comes up a lot, especially in upper middle school and high school when we're talking about data, but really is actually a component of a lot of our work that we're doing with data and that our students are doing with data long before it actually comes up in that sort of moniker of correlation versus causation and things like that. What do I mean by that? We as humans, regardless of how old we are, regardless of how much time we spend working with data, we as humans really like looking for patterns. I know. It might not feel that way when you're asking your students to look at their visualizations and at their data sets and things like that, but it is true. We actually do really look for patterns and enjoy that. We seek meaning often, sometimes before we even know what we're looking at. We look for patterns. We look for conclusions, right? We go really quickly through things in the world. So because of that, we often, and oh wait, another piece, we humans like things that are like black and white and fit in boxes. And we can be like, ooh, that, bam, got it, moving on. So we often look at things and we're pulled into the easy answer, the easy conclusion, the easy, oh, obviously this causes that, when the vast majority of the time that we are looking at data, we often have data of, oh, this might be correlated with that, but unless we know the mechanism, unless we think back to what would happen in this, that would therefore result in a response of that. That is the key piece. That is a conversation that we can have with students in elementary school up as they are building these skills of working with data. Now, ideally, our elementary students are not actually looking at two different variables and the relationships between them, because that is a lot cognitively for our elementary students to wrap their heads around. But as I said, we as humans sort of love to pull in that direction. So I just want to share this out, that this is not just a high school statistics thing that we are talking about. Whenever you start hearing your students start saying things like, oh, well, that causes that, or like, obviously, because that caused that. We love cause and effect. We live in the world of cause and effect. If we trip, we fall, cause and effect. The tricky thing is when it comes to looking at our data, it's a little bit harder in that we have to pause and we have to think about, do we actually have data about the mechanism that would connect those two pieces? That's the conversation we can have with all of our students. And the answer sometimes is yes. Sometimes we've done an investigation where we have collected data on the mechanism. Sometimes we're looking at other people's data where they have collected it. What I hope that what you're hearing is not, oh, we need to teach them how to do a regression analysis and identify the R-squared value. Nope. What we need to do is think about the data and pause and do that gut check on the data. And there is an amazing resource that I just want to share out and I love because it is so fantastic. Let me see if I can switch over and get this so you guys can see it. Oh no, let's make that even bigger. Okay, now, can you see that now? So this is a site called Spurious Correlations. It's put out by Tyler Vegan. And with all sorts of like really funny, wonky correlations in data. Like UF sightings in Utah correlates with patents granted in the United States. So over time, the number of patents granted in the United States have increased from the 1970s to the 2020s. In that same time frame, over time, the UFO sightings in Utah have also increased over that time scale. Now, does that mean that the number of UFO sightings is causing an increase in the patent grants? No. Does that mean that as we get farther along in time, we are seeing more UFOs? There are more UFOs? No. I mean, we might be seeing more, or we might just be reporting more or recording more, or people are more interested in looking for them, or there are more people out there looking for them, and therefore there are more sightings, things like that. And so this is what I mean of like, what's the mechanism that gets behind this? And Tyler puts together so many fun options. And what I will say is that the vast majority of Tyler's options, examples, these are great things to bring up with your students, do involve a third variable. They most often have time here as the third variable, which is great. And it creates all these great opportunities for conversations like, oh, okay, so the electricity generation in Kosovo has kind of been going up and down, but has been increasing from 2008 to maybe this is 2021. So that has increased. Why might that be? Why do we think the amount of electricity generation in Kosovo would have increased over time? Did time cause the increase? No. What's the other factor? What might be influencing the amount of electricity generated? So with even just within one variable or like one y-axis that we have, we can engage in all these conversations about time. And Tyler puts together two y-axes, you know my feelings about those, but it creates a great opportunity to have that conversation. And Tyler tries to pick things like the number of movies Will Smith appeared in correlates with electricity generation, because who can think of a mechanism as to why the number of movies that Will Smith is in, could it be the mechanistic cause and effect for why the electricity generation in Kosovo would also be increasing? So there's a treasure trove here. I will put the link I'll drop the link below so that you can get in and look at spurious correlations, see from some examples there to pull in for your students. There's also some great ones. You guys know I love the like ice cream sales and shark encounter example. Another teacher over the summer shared with me polio cases and ice cream sales. So that's another one. A quick Google can produce some options for this, with the caveat of these are great and we want to be sharing them with our students and showing these examples, but in a way where we also, in a way in which we're creating that space for, this is why we need to do this pause and the gut check when we're making our claim from data. Why we need to pause when others are presenting their claim for data, not in a, therefore be skeptical of everything you see in data, but in a, let's really empower ourselves and get better at working with data. So I will drop the link below for spurious correlations. If you want to hear more tips and strategies and get access to resources, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel to get these data bites and all the past ones going forward. If you sort of see this one live and want others, please hit that subscribe button and join in. Share it with your friends. Welcome back to the school year for those of you that started last week and for those of you that started last month or before. We are in it. We are live. It is rolling. And we here at DataSpire are so excited to keep giving you tips and strategies along the way, synchronously, asynchronously. We've got some free mini lessons, strategy share outs coming up. They're going to be monthly. So much exciting is coming our way this school year, and we're just excited to be here with you. So okay, that went long. Sorry. I was just so excited to be back and to be connecting with you. I hope you are doing well. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye.